Ladies and gentlemen, as I've mentioned before in my videos, um, when I was in first or second grade, going into science class, there was a student of mine, like not of mine, but like a peer that was student with me, a student that sat next to me that was named Sean Beach, right? And he was this redhead kid, white guy with freckles, right? And he was like down like on his like crisscross applesauce and like not crying but just like you could tell he was mentally tormented, okay? And I was always wondering like what's wrong with him, like because he would be like kind of crying and stuff. And that was always my, like, I wouldn't pay him attention, like too much attention, but I would be paying attention, and then like I would notice him, right? And so that's what was going through my head during the class. And so, ladies and gentlemen, 2001 happened, okay? That was in the second grade. So this was before the second grade. So what could it be happening, okay? So there's a case of a guy that was, I shared it on my YouTube channel, where this guy in the World Trade Center was, they were racing, and the guy stopped, a similar male, redhead, stopped before hitting the wall, which was made of glass, a glass pane wall, and the individual next to him ran through that wall. Okay? Now, that individual looks a lot like Jaylen Brown from Monterey Trail High School, my opposition, okay? Who used to be my best friend, who coerced me to be his friend, you could say. And I naturally would be his friend because he didn't have any, or he didn't have any friends, or he was like an underdog, supposedly. And that was his stick. That was his gig at the time. 7th grade. So, at least for my like 6th to 7th grade, like that's what I saw, guys. So anyways, I didn't have no problem like being friends with the guy. And not only that, but he was like, he didn't have no problem being friends with me, so we got along, you see? But I didn't know who the subject was, that substance, or the value systems, right? And that's where we have discrepancies. So it's almost like, ladies and gentlemen, that the school systems, the conceptions of social safety, were trying to figure out how to deal with this individual, how to deal with this energy type of person with avoiding extreme evil, with resisting extreme evil, okay? Not just avoiding extreme evil upon him, but resisting extreme evil that he can cause upon us. Because that has... Anyways. This has a lot to do with psychology and the developments, everything that we've learned. Unit 731, Civil War, all the world wars that we've been through, every micro war, Panama, every single thing that we've been through has led to today. That information exists, and we do not have to repeat that again. And it exists in our DNA. We don't need phones. We don't need technology. It's there. But we do need technology for this because, guys, we're not going to remember the human anatomy, So if we lose that, if we lose our information, we have to rediscover that again. And that's not good, guys. And there are people that don't care about that. They don't care about rediscovering stuff, and that's not okay. At least, guys, because I'm here and because my female human childbearing counterpart hopefully still is alive and well and is trying to do good. Anyways, like I said, guys, freedom isn't always free, and we're like, people have been fooled to think that they're free, especially the females, and that's that entrapment. So now, that's why I make my YouTube channel, so that way they still remain free. They still know that they're free. because we're willing to sacrifice ourselves. So myself, you see. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening.